Alright, so I am about to go through a competitive league with this list here of Tropical Merfolk. Um, Things are pretty self-explanatory here. I think right now um, you want to run a more linear version uh, of Merfolk because things are a bit on the faster side right now in Modern, with Dredge being the top contender and humans and all that. Um, Things are just kind of speeding up, so we are going to be running a more creature. I think blue green is where running the linear most creatures kind of shines, and you get the great one drop in Kumena Speaker. We're just playing big creatures that get bigger. We're playing what? We're playing 13 lords alongside Phantasmal Image, so 15 thereabouts. Our curve is on the smaller side. I'm running 19 lands with the full 4 Mutavaults because I feel like if we're running 4 Silvergill Adept alongside 4 Merfolk Branchwalker, it's fine to have that brown mana. Our only spells in the main deck besides our typical Spreading Seas and Ether Vial are 2 Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce is really good right now. And I've got 2 in the main, 2 in the sideboard, and we'll see how that works out. Other things, I've got a single Master of Waves. I'm not set on the sideboard. We've got 3 Relic of Progenitus and 2 Tectonic Edge. 3 Relic of Progenitus is, naturally for that Dredge, which is everywhere. This could easily be 4. I know a lot of people are running Surgical Extractions right now, but they're also like $37 or something online. Lead the Stampede. This should almost definitely be a collected company. But hey, we're gonna bring it in against grindy green-black decks, stuff like that. Everything else kind of, there's a simple explanation for all of them. So we're gonna run this and see how we do. I think I'm just not going to cut the video at all, so we're just gonna have an unedited playthrough of this league and see how we do. So we'll take a look. I'll do a fair amount of commentary, but I'm not sure. If this league doesn't do terribly well, I'll probably just not upload it, so I'm not giving it a ton of effort here. So this is Alex Draws EU, and I'm almost positive here that, because I've played them before, that they're on some interesting, not YouTube, they are on an odd version of KCI. It's like KCI without, well, I guess we can look this up. MTGO. Eggs Ironworks. I'm pretty sure this is what they're going through here, so we'll leave this up. And this hand has no interaction with it, but the only interaction that we would have for this in the main board is Spell Pierce. So we do have a fast clock, so we're going to keep this. I don't think this is the same deck. Let's see. No, this is not the same deck. So they're not playing that deck anymore. So we're just going to throw out Branchwalker. So this looks like blue-white control of some sort. But that's fine. We've got a nice little curve going here. Two cards on the bottom? Sure. Double Serum Visions? That's a good sign. So I'm probably fine, especially since how much pressure we have. So I could either just go ahead and play the Merfolk Mistbinder, or leave up the Merfolk Trickster, and maybe we just leave the Merfolk Trickster up actually. Sounds fine to play around like getting wiped in some form. They put 2 cards on top, so they could, one of those could easily be a Terminus, and we don't want to be Terminus. No Terminus there though, so that's fine. Okay. Gonna go ahead and grab Breeding Pool tapped, and then try to flash in this Trickster. This is a lot of committing to the board, but I think that's fine. Because we have plenty of follow-up just in case we get wiped. Opting, this might be the Terminus. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Yep, that's fine. Okay, so now we can go ahead and just try to rebuild here. Got 3 Lord of Atlantis. We got Jace. Yep. Okay. So let's try, go ahead. The land was good, a good draw there, because now we can play out 2 creatures. The Jace is going to be difficult to beat though. Draw 3 cards, put 2 back. They could easily be putting some Terminus back on top. Alright, so we're going to see if we can swing in, or if they have a Cryptic to fog us. We have all of our Lord of Atlantis. All of us are going to attack Jace. Settle the wreckage? Yeah, that's pretty good. Main deck settle. Alright, let's just play out our boys. Alright, what do you got for us? At this point, we're pretty behind. Okay, there's another Terminus. So I think we have lost this. Those were some excellent series of essentially 3 wipes. They 3-for-1'd us with the Terminus, then 2-for-1'd with Settle, and then 2-for-1'd us with the Terminus. So we'll see what we draw, but I think when this is over, we're probably just gonna scoop it up. Field of Ruin, sure. We have no extra lands. Two cards on the bottom. Branchwalker is fine. Let's see what we got on top. A Phantasmal Image. It's a card. I don't know. I don't like the fact that they know about this Phantasmal Image, but I'd rather have it over a potential land. They have a full grip of 7 cards while we have 0, so I think if we get board wiped or anything, just show us something and I'll go ahead and scoop. Teferi, sure. Go ahead and oust our creature, sure. Alright, let's attempt to cast this. If they kill it in response. No, they didn't. Let's kill Jace. Okay. Yeah, we're good. We don't need to see anymore. I think that's good enough. Okay, so we're gonna bring in anything that's good against control, tectonic edges. Um, Shaper Sanctuary is not terribly exciting because it's. I guess we'll bring in Master Waves. They're not doing a lot of targeting our creatures. I'll bring it in anyway. It seems like it's fine. We don't want the phantasmal images. Let's switch this to pile view. We don't need any of the spreading seas. And what, we can take out a Mare Regery. I think I'm fine with that. We'll see how this goes. Echoing Truth might be fine, but no real need. Lead the Stampede. It's probably a little slow. I don't know. If this were a collected company, maybe. This is a keepable hand. We're gonna have to get a breeding pool out of this, cast Kumena Speaker, and then turn to Silvergill Adept. So. Alright, let's try to swing in. They might have Spell Snare here. So I'm actually going to cast the Branchwalker first now that we drew it. Yeah, here's the snare. Okay. I'd be impressed if they had the second snare. Oh, well, shit. I should have cast the Mare Regery. There was no reason not to. If they had like a white source up, I might be worried about like path, and I would attack first just in case they want to path our Kumena Speaker instead of our Mare Regery. But they can't spell snare this Mare Regery, so yeah, I should have cast it first main phase. So if we lose with them at 1 life, then I will call it my fault because I left 1 damage on the table. Alright, so we could potentially I guess what we do here is we can cast Silvergill Adept. They can Snapcast or Spell Snare, but I'm fine if they want to try to do that, because then we'll know about the Snapcaster, so we won't run our Mare Regery into it. Yep. Well, they haven't set up any potential board wipe, except for like a potential set of the wreckage next turn. I am just going to go ahead and swing in with Mutavault here. Is there any reason to not keep committing to the board? Should I be afraid of committing to the board? Let's try to cast Merfolk Branchwalker and then tap down the white source. Okay. No, I don't want to untap it. I'm gonna put that on top. Opting, sure. Draws a card with opt, okay. So now we can swing with the Mare Regery, no problem, because they're not going to Snapcaster us. Alright, we have them dead on board, so got to do something about it now. Um, so we're swinging for 3, 6, 10, 12. So let's go ahead and cast this Silver Gill Adept. Well, so let's say they have Path. If they have Path, we leave them alive for a turn. If we don't attack with the Mutavault and they path the Maravidri, because yeah, then we essentially lose 5 damage off our swing. I'm gonna go ahead and try to tap down that land and see what happens ahead of time. I mean, they have the Field of Ruin, so we couldn't necessarily be attacking with Mutavault anyway. Opting. They bottomed and then drew, and they didn't get a terminus. Cool. Alright, we got there. Looking to cheese us out with that terminus. Do we want anything here? I think this is good. We're just going to run it back. I don't think this is too scary of a matchup. Like, having 4 Spell Pierce is going to be nice. It'd be nice if we saw one, though. Like, there's one. And we also have the Ether Vial. This is fine, actually. Okay. Let's hit them with this Ether Vial, baby. We have a fairly aggressive hand that we can protect with Spell Pierce, so this is a pretty solid situation that we're in. Is there any reason to keep up any reason to keep up the Spell Pierce for this turn? Turn 3, I don't think there's anything scary that I'm worried about them casting. Right? I'd rather just play Branchwalker, right? If it gets Spell Snared, it gets Spell Snared, that's totally fine. Especially now that we're sitting with Master of Waves. Okay, so it doesn't get Spell Snared. And we drew a land. Alright. So this is fine. Okay, they didn't cast anything. Timely reinforcements. Yeah, that's pretty good. So that's awkward. They got full value off that timely. Drawing a Lord here would be amazing. That's not a Lord, but it's not bad. So we're gonna go ahead and cast this, show them the Master of Waves. Oh, there's the Lord. Okay, so I think here we're just gonna swing in. We're gonna be real aggressive. And now we have Spell Pierce backup, so alright, show us what you got. Again, I didn't want to cast the Commander Speaker for fear of oust. Sure. Yeah, that's pretty good. But we're second from the top. That's fine. So we're going to be seeing that Lord again. Okay. Leave that at 2. A Botanical Sanctum. So I'm gonna play the Botanical Sanctum now because it's very likely that I want Master of Waves next turn, and I want to have Spell Pierce available for Master of Waves. So I think I'm just gonna swing the Comenda Speaker and see what happens. Yeah, no reason not to triple block there. Oh, they don't want to though. Okay. You got it. I guess they didn't want to lose all of their soldiers. Okay. Just pass the turn here. So next turn we'll draw Lord of Atlantis. Have Flooded Strand up, be able to cast Master of Waves alongside having Spell Pierce available. This is Teferi. I think we just Spell Pierce this, right? Alright. So now... So the problem is that they could just have Terminus in their hand, and they just untap, draw, or play a land, play Terminus, and that could be a giant problem. I think we still just want to like swing in with our creatures for sure, though. I guess we don't have to commit this. We don't have to commit this Master Waves to the board because this is still lethal. So I'm gonna hold it in hand. Okay, so they're representing Settle the Wreckage, which is fine. If they have Settled the Wreckage, they have Settled the Wreckage. We'll also have Merfolk Trickster into Master Waves afterward, so that's totally fine. So if they path here, we're going to respond and drop the Merfolk Trickster in. Okay. So they're still going to be taking 6, go to 1, and still have 4 creatures on the field that they need to deal with. Vendilion Click. Oh, that's pretty good. It's going to get our Master of Waves. Did not expect the click. Sure. Yep, we got a Master of Waves in hand. They're okay with that? Wait, did we just like... Yeah, they just let us keep our Master Waves. Sure. Okay. We're not gonna... There's no reason to commit it to the board, so we're just gonna pass. Let's just get a tapped breeding pool. That's pretty good. Alright, we're gonna swing out here. Okay, so they've got a Cryptic, tap all creatures, draw. That's fine. It doesn't do anything to Spell Pierce that, so we're just gonna let that happen. Again, we're gonna keep Master of Waves in hand. Not gonna commit it to the board. There's an argument for ticking this up, but I think I'd rather keep it on 2. Land is not what we wanted to see, but that's alright. They got another cryptic for us? No. Activate Celestial Colonnade, sure. They're gonna kill anything that gives blue devotion. That's fine. And this is where we commit to the board. And now we have opt, sure. They find the terminus with the opt. Well, I guess it doesn't matter, right? Puts a card on bottom. We'll go ahead and search. Why not? I'm not worried about running out of lands, and hey, if it filters, it filters. So here they've got 6 lands, so if they have a Settle the Wreckage, so we're gonna respect Settle. Beautiful. Okay, so we got there against blue-white control. Yeah, excellent. What was I gonna say there? We played with that Spell Pierce the whole time, but never really had to use it. Lucky for us that they didn't find a terminus throughout that match. But if they found it at a bad time and then had to like cast it for 6, we would have definitely been able to counter it. So we're going into match 2. Ooh, Vivian Reed Prestige. Why not? Let's look up this person and see if we can find if they have any lists. I don't know if this is degenerate or not to find out, but it looks like they traditionally play Bogles, which is a terrible matchup for us. But this is an aggressive hand at the very least. Yep, they're playing Bogles. Alright. So, the Spreading Seas is a the Spreading Seas is pretty important here, and it can definitely cut them off of colors. In fact, like, I think I'll probably end up casting Spreading Seas on this Temple Garden here, just to cut them off of white potentially. They only have 3 cards in hand, because we don't want to see this takes them really, they're very far away from casting Daybreak Coronet, because now they have to get 2 planes. So that's a pretty good sign for us. Another Bogle, sure. That doesn't scare us too much. Okay, well this is a pretty good sign. Wish we had a another land, but that's all right. There's some merit in leaving up Spell Pierce, but I think we definitely want to be aggressive right here. And we have the potential to, well, we'll have to see what they play here. If this is Unflinching Courage, Spirit Link, ugh, yeah, that's gonna be pretty tough to beat. Oh, shit! I accidentally skipped through the turn, but that's all right. I still have combat. So it's really awkward that we don't have a land. We could Phantasmal Image and Master the Pearl Trident, and we probably should have done that this turn, honestly. I skipped too quickly through the main phase and missed the chance to Phantasmal Image into another Master the Pearl Trident, swing 7. If we swung 7 instead of 3, we would have put them at 9. I don't know. In this scenario, I think we're fine passing and like throwing in a Merfolk Trickster. I know it's not going to kill it, and it's just going to be chumping, but we also get to like leave up. Ugh, this is brutal. So now we just have to, kind of in chump mode. We really need to draw land. So it probably would have been better to cast the Silvergill Adept here. Well, there's a Botanical Sanctum. So is there merit in casting the Mare Regery? We're in a really awkward position. Really awkward position. Because we're going to have to be chumping every turn. What is the only chance we're going to have to get this is to try to play 2 spells a turn? Like, committing to the board while also growing our board, like playing a chumper, and so maybe we have to cast Silvergill Adept, and that's our chumper for this turn. And then also it might draw us into a land, because we got to get another land on the field. I'm not sure. This is a nasty matchup for us. There's a Master of the Pearl Trident. That's not a bad thing. So they're gonna be gaining a lot of life every turn. So, and we're gonna have to chump here. Really hoping to draw land. Yep. Yep, another Bogle. And we untap. We've got a Kumena Speaker. Well, at least we can play 2 spells this turn. So, something we could potentially do is not swing with the Kumena Speaker, play Mare Regery, and then maybe try our best to kind of just completely empty our hand. I think that's probably our best play now. Is we're going to chump with this Kumena Speaker, and then we're going to try to go wild with this Mare Regery next turn if we can, if it can survive. Now this could be Daybreak Coronet, which would just be hell. Yep. It's going to be very, very hard to race this. But they still don't have trample. We're still going to be chumping every turn. There's the land. That's a good sign. So we're just going to start committing to the board. Let's see. So we want to put these tricksters on board for sure. Right? How do we win this? So do we flash in a trickster to tap down a land or something? Is that even necessary? I guess what we do instead is just cast a trickster to untap a land and then cast a phantasmal image to copy. I guess we could have a copy of Maridri, is fine. We probably should have done that earlier. So we'll swing 10 here, and now I think we can race their. We're in a position where we can race their life gain, but we're still gonna have to chump every turn. Ley Line of Sanctity, sure. That doesn't do anything to us. Doesn't change how we're gonna play. Again, we're gonna have to keep chumping, so we have to pray. Oh wow, they're actually gaining 28 a turn. I didn't think about that, because they have. This is not actually lifelink. Yeah, that's wild. So let's keep swinging. I don't know. How much are we swinging for? 26 plus we'll have a mutable. We have to like keep drawing lords. Sure. Alright. I guess I should have flashed this in on. I should have flashed this in on upkeep so they couldn't cast anything. Yeah, sure. Yep. I don't think we're going to be able to keep up with all this, but damn it, we're going to try. Sure. Grab me a. Yeah, we'll tap that. So they grab a Dryad Arbor. Explore. Yep, we'll keep that Branch Walker on top. What a wild game. They're gonna draw a card with this canopy. Sure. It's too bad that they have this double lifelink situation. Like, it's pretty hellish for us. They might as well swing with everything. Yeah, there they go. So they're swinging 5, which means we're slated to die next turn. It's unfortunate. Let's see what we get off this Branch Walker. I guess we should have cast it. Well, if we get a Lord, it might be relevant, so we're just gonna untap our lands. Why not? Lord of Atlantis. I guess it wouldn't have been relevant at all. I should have waited, and then I could have untapped creatures to block. So that would have given us another turn. 26, 32. Now we're in a situation where, yeah, we're gonna concede. We can't win this. We gave it our best shot. All right. So we're going to try. Master Waves is good here. Spreading Seas actually is very good here. My Reacher's a little slow. We're trying to race them. Like, that's all there is to it. Maybe we don't need the Tectonic Edges. just go with something like this. We've got a small amount of interaction, and I guess we should bring in at least one dismember is fine, just in case they have a what's their name? Well, it's too late now. And we got to mulligan this, and we can keep this. This is fine. So do we top this? I don't think so. I think we can only go with one Spell Pierce right now. And we definitely... So we're not going to be countering anything with this Spell Pierce right now, so might as well just save it. Okay. So we're going to cast Silvergill. Well, we need a land. We should cast Branchwalker first. We're actually going to put that in the graveyard because we have plenty of Silvergills and we need a land. So there's the Core Spirit Dancer. It'll be really nice to get a land off this. If not, it's going to be kind of awkward. No, that's not a land. So this Core Spirit Dancer could potentially go wild this turn. If I had two blue sources, I probably would have saved the Merfolk Trickster to be able to tap down the Core Spirit Dancer on upkeep. That way they didn't have their ability where they draw every time they cast an aura. Yeah, so we're probably going to lose this, unfortunately. Okay, so now we can at least cast the Trickster and not let them swing for a turn at least. Sure. Perhaps I should be Trickster. Okay, here's where I Trickster. Okay. So we're still in this situation where this Core Spirit Dancer is going to run us over, and it's really awkward. Our best chance is probably to hope to draw another land, and that way we can cast Silvergill and Master of the Pearl Trident, and be able to block with Silvergill Adept. Or yeah, block with Silvergill Adept. Unfortunately, we still don't have a Spreading Seas available. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll with this and see what we draw. Another Spell Pierce. This is awkward. But at least we'll have Spell Pierce available. They're gonna gain a hell of a lot of life. Sure, this is nice because now it's gonna make it to where we can counter whatever they play. Gotta just chump. Really need to draw lands here. Do we need to counter this? Why would we need to counter this? We don't need to counter it. I guess we have two Spell Pierces, so okay, so we still can't swing, which makes it really, really awkward. Which puts us still in chump mode. The whole vigilance thing and not having Spreading Seas is really hurting us. Sure, we can't counter that. This would be a fun deck, I guess, to jam competitive leagues with, because you don't have to do a lot of thinking. You can just keep playing it a lot without tuckering yourself out. Seal of Primordium? Sure. And we still cannot swing. I think we're not worried about keeping up Spell Pierce anymore. We're just going to continue to commit. Sure, we'll go ahead and concede. You got it. Yeah, Bogles is a bad matchup, so I'm really not excited to see it, but not much we can do to save ourselves from that situation. Being on the draw. For that last match, I guess that's one where Natural State would be good. I just don't like Natural State in a metagame where Worship is still around fairly often. Because it's just something that doesn't answer it. We can keep this hand. We have 4 mana sources, but we have 2 Mutavaults, which we can just consider it like they're creatures. This is not a bad hand at all. Our opponent is on a mulligan to 5, and they're playing Hollow One. This hand might be a little slow for Hollow One, actually. Brooding Pool tapped and pass. Next turn we're going to play a Branchwalker, or potentially a Phantasmal Image on, or maybe not. So they drop 2 mountains and they have 3 cards in hand. Maybe they don't have another land. If they don't, we're gonna definitely jam Spreading Seas. Oh yeah, we are. All right. Let's try to cheese this out to victory. So next turn, I can play an island, play one of these lords alongside a vial. Seems fine. Well, didn't quite get them with the cheese. That's alright. So now, well, actually, Branchwalker is a fine play as well. So, and also, if we would want to, we could play the Mutavault, and then we have the ability to swing with both Mutavaults next turn. I don't think that's what we're gonna do though. Spreading Seas? I'll keep that on top. Why not? I'll force them to have another land. Oh, there's the other land. Damn. Flamewake Phoenix, sure. We're not too scared right now. Alright, I'm gonna block this Flameblade Adept. Oh, it's got Menace, right. I forgot about it. Okay. So, I think that it's not necessary to play the Spreading Seas right now. What we actually want to do is go ahead and cast a Lord. Swing with the Mutavault. Swing 7, put them at 13. They're looking at lethal next turn. So they have to like disrupt our hand, have some removal for our creatures, or something like that in order to stay alive next turn. What if I do this? Just kidding. I don't have anything. Just messing with you. Yep, sure. Okay, so they might have a bolt. So we swing with these, and I think they're very dead unless they have something to deal with it. Alright, cool. Well, the opponent was on a mulligan to 5, so, I mean, not really a ton you can do in that situation. So I think Relic is not terribly exciting for them, but do we want the Spell Pierces? I'm not exactly sure. Echoing Truth is fine for the hollow ones. I'm not exactly sure what we want and don't want in this matchup. So I like Phantasmal Image because if things get out of hand, at least you can Phantasmal Image a hollow one. Spreading or Mare Rejury might be just a little bit too slow. I don't think we want all of the Spell Pierces. Likewise, I don't think we want all of the relics. So we can probably just cut a Mistbinder or two. Just cut the 2 Mistbinders. I don't think we need a negate. What does Hollow One exactly look like? So let's look. Let's look at the first Hollow One list we see. Tell me what I need to expect. Engineered Explosives, Fatal Pushes, Grim Lavamancers. I am a little worried about the Grim Lavamancers, but we should be fine. Oops, what did I just do? There we go. I think I'm going to run it like this. I might be doing it wrong, but that's alright. Maybe we want more Spell Pierces. So this is a hand that gets punished really hard by... They don't have interruption for... I mean, they don't... Well, they bring in Thought Seizes, I guess. So we can get punished really hard for keeping this hand. And is it even good if it sticks? They were on a mull to 5. It's risky as hell. Shouldn't do it, but I'm gonna do it. Okay, we're on the draw. We have, and then we got our land, so we're fine. So we have next turn we'll have Trickster up, which I think we'll probably leave up. Well, as long as we still have it. No, we don't. Well, now we have plenty of lands. Well, how's that for interruption? Make us discard 3 non-lands. Make us draw 3 lands. That's the worst case scenario. We just got worst case scenario there. And we dropped a Trickster, so now they just play 2 hollow ones. That's great. So these are the classic hands that just you can't beat. And yeah, now we've got 5 lands miraculously. Yep, we'll keep that on top. Alright. We're not going to block. What we'll likely do is just take this damage, and then next turn we're going to have what do we got here? Next turn we're gonna be able to double block with Merfolk Branchwalker, but now we're still probably dead. So I guess I shouldn't have cast that. That was my bad, just in case we draw a Mutavault off this Branchwalker. We actually wanted to see a non-land. There it is. Okay. So now we can at least Violin the Lord of Atlantis and then block the hollow ones. But now we're still at a terrible impasse where we died at almost everything. Sure. So we kept our Master of Trident. I guess I should have vialed in the Lord of Atlantis in response. That was a mistake. Oh, so we're dead. Now we have to block with the... Oh, we also have a... Yeah, okay, you got it. Yep, those are one of those Hollow One hands you cannot beat. Not terribly exciting. This we're just gonna have to mulligan. 5 mana sources is not where we want to be. This is a good hand. We'll keep this one. So we got turn 1 Vial, turn 2 Branchwalker maybe? It depends on what is going on their end of the table. We have a Relic of Progenitus. Yeah, I'm fine with topping that. I always got this turn 1 Flame Blade. Okay. Yeah, I think we just cast the Branchwalker. I don't think we're in a fear of like getting Gurmag Angler next turn, and now we have yeah, we're in fine shape. As long as nothing terrible happens. Sure. Okay. Mutavaults, that's fine. Let's just go ahead and vial in this Silver Gill Depth and see what we draw. I don't think it would change much. We're gonna go ahead and cast this. We're gonna go ahead and cast this Master of the Pearl Trident anyway. We can't leave up Relic to pop, but that's okay. They don't have a graveyard right now, so I'm not terribly worried about it. Okay. Alright, let's just see what happens. We got a Goblin Lore coming, plus a swing for 10. A Fatal Push, that's fine. You got it. They don't have a very aggressive hand, which is very good news for us. And that was an excellent draw. And guess what? We are just going to do this. I don't know what you have in hand, but you're staring at lethal next turn. Cycling Hollow One. Sure. That's got to be a desperation move, right? That can't be anything exciting. Faithless Looting, sure. Do you lose? This is not going to kill us. Alright, we're going to go ahead and just exile all graveyards. Yeah, that seals the deal pretty much. Okay, or they have two hollow ones. Does that change things for us? What do we get here? Kumena Speaker, sure. So, can activate. Activate. Swing out. Yeah, no, they're still dead. Alright, so we're 2-1. Things are fine. Things are going alright. Unfortunate loss to Bogles, but we're doing just fine here. Just need to win one of the next 2 matches to cash out on this competitive league. Yeah, it's unfortunate to see all these like non-interactive decks. Like, you know, Bogles is just the definition of don't interact with me. I'm just gonna hit you. I wanna put enchantments on my creature and not care about what you're doing. And Hollow One is just the randomness. I guess, I mean, it has interaction, but like we saw in that game too, just the Burning Inquiry, take your non-lands. Like, I guess it's just adding luck to Magic is Magic's already a lucky game, and it's sad to see more luck being introduced into the game. And this is a fine hand, so we're gonna turn 1 Comina Speaker, turn 2 probably Silvergill Adept. We want to draw a 3rd land. If we 3rd land Mare Reejery, then we're gonna be doing great, because then we have just a nice aggressive start. Hey you, what's up? What is this? I'm gonna skip. Okay. So here we go. Fetch for a breeding pool. Play Comina Speaker. Go ahead. Alright, let's see what the opponent's playing. Spirits, probably? Yep, looks like Spirits. Although that is a similar hand that our deck would play. I highly doubt they're playing blue-green Merfolk. Okay, so we've got our land. So we're going to have a nice aggressive start. I guess we can go ahead and attack first. Let's just attack. Okay. Go ahead and say here, and we also have a Mare Reejery and a Phantasmal Image is just fine. So the Vial is going to keep them up to pace with us, unfortunately. Selfless Spirit, sure. So let's go ahead and cast this Mare Reejery. And then we're just going to swing out. So the cool thing is, if we draw a land next turn, sure, that's fine with us. The cool thing is, if we draw a land next turn, sure. What do you got here? Noble Hierarch, sure. The cool thing about this is, if we draw a land next turn, we can Phantasmal Image the Mare Reejery, and then be able to unload any 2-mana Merfolk we have in our hand for essentially free by untapping 2 lands. But we have to hit the next land. And also, we can't be disrupted. They can't like kill it in response or something like that. So yep, we're definitely playing Spirits. Okay, well there's the land. So we can go ahead and try to cast. Well, see, here's the thing. They very likely have Spell Queller, and if they have Spell Queller, I guess that means that we can just also cast another Phantasmal Image and be fine. So here's Queller. Sure. That's fine. We're going to cast another one. Alright, now next turn we get to go crazy. We get to go wacko. I think... So... They could double block, but then we get to cast our Phantasmal Image if they want to do that. So the cool thing about this now is if we cast Lord of Atlantis, we get to essentially tap, like even casting Merfolk Trickster, we get to tap down 3 blockers even if we don't have Island Walk. Sure, that's fine. We are not at any risk of dying. Okay, so we are going to cast this and go ahead and tap down their blockers. And now if they have a Queller, then feel free to put it in. Now we get the Lord of Atlantis with impunity. Sure. You got it. So we baited out the Spell Queller, so now we get to tap that thing down as well. And we can also... Okay, cool. Alright, so we're playing against Spirits. So what's good against Spirits? Gutshot's good. Dismember will do. Echoing Truth is going to be needed for their worship. Let's see. What do we take out? We take out the Spreading Seas. I think we can take out the Phantasmal Images. And then maybe one Mare Regery. And now we're... This looks just fine. This hand's keepable. It's slow, but it is keepable, and they're on a mulligan. So, if we get our 3rd land and cast Regery, we could have a pretty explosive turn 4 with being able to cast all of our stuff. That's what makes Regery pretty interesting, is the ability to do that. So I'm just gonna play a Scalding Tarn here, and that means we can get a tapped Breeding Pool at the end of their turn. Supreme Phantom, sure. Okay, so well, I'll play the Silvergill Adept, and we're really hoping to get a land. We are in need of a land. That's not a land. We still have one more chance to get a land, but we really want to be able to cast this Mare Regery. We could fall behind if we don't. Okay, so there's the land. And since they tapped out, that means we can cast it with impunity. And I know they're not going to block with that Drogskol Captain, so we can go ahead and swing. They're taking a lot of damage off there. Okay, so they're essentially putting us in a situation where, okay, now you're dead next turn. So what can we do? We're probably dead. So we're at 10. They're gonna swing 11. We can't tap down their creatures because of double hexproof. So unfortunately, we can only cast one Lord. Swing for what, 11, which is not enough. Let's see if they... We can just do it and see what happens. I mean, we've lost this game essentially. Just too slow. Oh, sure. Block with Drazkul Hapton. Are they scared too? No. Okay, put them at 2 and then die. Alright. So, nothing we could do there. Just playing non-interactive magic into attacking each other and until one person dies first. Now we're on the play, so this hand is just not good enough. We have a gut shot, but the fact that we have 4 lands, if we draw into any more lands, we're just gonna be too slow. So we have to mulligan. This hand's keepable. It's better. They're also in a mulligan, which is a good sign, and we definitely want that land. So, well, we're not gonna be able to get the land actually because I forgot we have to fetch. But that's all right. So we've got Kumena Speaker into like a Mistbinder or a. I think it's just better to cast Master of the Pearl Trident. We're gonna try to race him. Alright, show us what you got. Wow, no turn 2 play. That's a really good sign. Okay, so we can just like lord out here, I think, right? We just want to cast another lord, right? Swing 7. Put them at like dead next turn unless they have blockers. Knight of Autumn? Sure. They're going to gain 4 life or something? No, put 2 counters on them? Sure. So we win, right? Especially if they attack. So now we can just tap down Knight of Autumn, swing 10, we win. Okay, so we win. Strange games, they just were like brawls where we just swung back and forth. They stumbled on not having turn 2 play, and so we won. So we out spirits the spirits deck. So let's see if we can go 4-1. We're 3-2 now. So what we've played against, we lost to Bogles, played against Blue-White Control, played against Hollow One, played against Spirits, and we'll have to see what our last match is. God of Slaughter. That is an edgy name. So let's look them up. Why not? God of Slaughter MTGO. Who knows what they're playing? It looks like most recently they were playing Burn, so maybe we're playing against Burn. Well, regardless, we can't keep this hand. If they're on Burn, that sucks because they're on the play. We've got a mulligan to 5 here, right? Because we can't cast Kumena Speaker, we can't cast Branch Walker. Yeah, we're not going to 4. We need a second land. That's a play, but we need a second land. So what do they got on us? There's a potential here for us to just accept that we've lost game 1 and then just we would just see what they are going to be playing and then go to sideboard. So it looks like they're on Spirits, so we're playing another Spirits deck, it looks like. So let's confuse, well, we've got a playable hand now, so we're gonna have to play it out. Oh, this could be... I mean, no, I don't think that... Humans doesn't run fetches, do they? Breeding pool. Yeah, it looks like we're getting spirits. They could have a somewhat awkward hand. Kamina Speaker, you are a little late, bud. Yeah, actually we cast Merfolk Branchwalker first. Revealing a Silvergill Adept. That seems a little slow, doesn't it? Don't we need a land? I guess we'll put it on top. Kind of want another land to be able to play Kamina Speaker Silvergill Adept, but we might draw one off of the Silvergill Adept when we cast it. Definitely got to be against spirits now, yeah. Okay, let's cast the Silvergill Adept, revealing Kamina Speaker. Hopefully we can cast it. No, not yet. We're going to swing the Branchwalker. We've got a blocker for this Geist, but they may have like a Lord for it. We're stumbling on mana here, and I think it's just going to be a problem. Sure. We're going to attempt to this is probably going to be a Drogskol Captain? Nope. Okay. Cool. So here we're going to cast another Silvergill Adept. Let's actually go ahead and swing the Branchwalker first. Okay. Oddly enough, we're in a situation where this game could play out just fine. We could get Spellquellered here. I mean, they have 5 cards in hand. I would be very surprised if they don't have Spellqueller. So here it is. This is Spellqueller. Sure. And then we just gotta pass the turn. Got another land. They're playing around like they're kind of land heavy, and they didn't have a Lord on 3 mana. They might have another. They might have another Spellqueller, but it looks like they're just yielding. So let's go ahead and try to swing. Actually. Yep. Okay, that's not a bad sign. In fact, we could be in a really good position. We could win next turn if we draw land. So we have to not die this turn, and we have to have them not have a Spellqueller that they just drew. So it looks like they just had a really awkward hand, and they're just swinging out, and they have Coco maybe? No, Rattle Chains, that's fine. Sure. That doesn't kill us. Okay, so if we draw a land, we can play Lord of Atlantis into activate Mutavault, win, right? As long as they have no interaction. So this is awkward. They're not even representing Collected Company. So we can swing 5, because we can't kill them this turn now because we don't have that land. So let's go ahead and try to swing. Because we can't block. That's awkward, because we could have... They have 2 cards in hand. They could have a Reflector Mage maybe or something. Land would have got us there if they have nothing in hand. Alright, so we're just going to swing out. Very likely they won't block. So a Lord will kill us on their draw. Let's just play creatures, I guess. Show them the Branch Walker, because that's the one that matters the least. Botanical Sanctum is not the land that we want, but we'll play it and pass. Now if they untap and have Collected Company, at least we have Spell Pierce for it. Supreme Phantom. That just does it, doesn't it? 3/6. Yeah, so we concede. You got us. That was unfortunate because the land would have done it. So we're gonna sideboard the same way. Echoing Truths, Master of Waves. How did we sideboard the last time? I wish I would have kept track. Dismember, Gutshot is fine for Noble Hierarchs and the like. We don't need the Spreading Seas. I've already forgotten how I sideboarded. Did I just bring in all the Spell Pierces? Yeah, why not? Master Waves is fine, I think. Take out the Phantasmal Images. Take out a Branch Walker. I should have maybe take out a Regery instead of a Branch Walker. I can't remember how I sideboarded already. I know this looks different than what I did. Maybe I brought in the Negate, but having 4 Spell Pierce and 1 Negate seems like a little bit too much against a creature deck. Alright, we'll keep this. We've got plenty of draw. We're going to be at a virtual 16 because we've got to go get a breeding pool. And then also got to get a basic island with fetches. But having the turn 1 Comina Speaker is good pressure. Alright, do they have the Vial turn 1? No? That's good. So the question is, do we Vial? Is it worth taking a turn off to play Vial? I don't think so. Especially after they've cast Noble Hierarch. We could draw a Gutshot. So let's play Silvergill, Revealing Silvergill. Nope, that's not one, but that's alright. They're just gonna pass? So that's insinuating Spell Queller is on the way. So we'll just go ahead and swing. And if they want a Spell Queller, then we'll Merfolk Trickster it down. Sure. That resolves. Now we're going to Trickster. Alright, let's make this a race. Go ahead. Got a Collected Company here. Supreme Phantom, sure. Another Supreme Phantom, that's pretty good. They played an island though, so now we have Island Walk. But they are... I don't think they're threatening lethal yet, right? So... Not yet, but who knows what they have in hand. Alright, so we just have to swing through this and pray that they don't have a way to kill us. So a Lord does it? Yeah, that's game. Alright. Well, that's unfortunate. Those games are so awkward. Like, they're just a bunch of non-blocking I don't know, it's just incredibly awkward. I don't like the matchup versus Spirits. So yeah, that put us at exactly 11. So unfortunately, if one of this was if this was like an island instead of a fetch land, like we would have been at 1, and then we would have got them on the crackback. Unless they had like another Supreme Phantom in hand, which is plausible. Like they could have had another one, or a Phantasmal Image. It could have been either of them. So anyway, we went 3-2. That's not bad in a competitive league. Had to face Spirits twice. Lost to Bogles and Spirits once. Beat Hollow One and Blue-White Control and Spirits. And yeah, it didn't feel that bad. Again, this deck, I really like the smoothness of being able to have Merfolk Branchwalker and Silvergill Adept together, because it allows you, if you're not running any 4-drops, to run main deck 19 lands and 4 Mutavaults, because those can all be cast off of the brown mana. So yeah, that was nice. I'll probably run another list with this here soon enough. I've been playing Boltfolk as well, the blue-red version with Wizard's Lightning, and I really like that version, but it's also not where you want to be, I guess, right now. I mean, looking back at what we played, you probably want it against Spirits. You don't mind having 8 bolts versus Spirits, but and Hollow One it's good to have bolts as well. But if you're facing Dredge, you don't want it. Blue-White Control, you don't need it. And Bogles, it doesn't interact with their creatures. So anyway, that was fun. 3-2. We got our entry fee back. So got a winning record. Good enough. So anyway, thanks for watching.